Hey, what's going on YouTube? Thanks for tuning back in. And today's project is going to be on how to properly install some wheel spacers on the rear of a Mark IV GTI. So just like any other video, I'm going to show you what part I actually purchased, what comes with the parts. Then I'm going to show you what tools are required to tackle this project. And then last but not least, I'm going to show you from start to finish on how to properly install it. So with that being said, YouTube, let's get to it. Okay, so this is where the wheel spacer comes in, one in one box. I have 4 boxes. The reason I got 4 is because I'm putting the whole kit on there, front and rear. But again, this is specifically just going to be for the rear. I went with 17.5 millimeters because that's going to put me right where I wanted to be at. Just keep in mind, if your vehicle is raised, stock, or even slammed, this size actually may vary. And the reason I'm saying this is because if you go through ECS Tuning and get their wheel spacers, once you put this on your vehicle, and you find out that's not the correct size, they are not going to accept this. All right, so even as it states here, not returnable once installed. So go on Google. There's a couple web pages out there. Top of my head, I can't really recall which one I did my homework on, but it shows you step by step on how to properly measure it, so you get the correct thickness of wheel spacers. Last thing is going to be the actual wheel bolts. 20 in here, because just like I stated, I got a whole kit. Just ensure you put the correct bolts, and this is not to insult your intelligence. Some are shorter than others, and the reason behind that is I'm running 17.5 millimeters in the rear, and I'm running 10 millimeters in the front. So just keep that in mind when you do install them. Again, that's going to be a separate video from this though, in regards to the front. But this is what you get with this kit. Okay, so these are the tools that I will be using today. Not saying necessarily this is exactly what you have to use. If you don't have pneumatic tools, you can use manual tools, but I just like to make the job a lot easier and it goes a lot faster. So I'm going to be using a half air impact wrench, a 17 millimeter socket, that's for the wheel bolts. And then when I reassemble everything, I have a half-inch torque wrench right here, so I can torque the wheel bolts back to spec. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to remove the wheel. Since I have pneumatic tools, I can do it while it's jacked up, but if you don't have pneumatic tools, just make sure the vehicle is on the ground, loosen up the lug bolts, then raise it, and then take the wheel completely off. Okay, so what you're going to do now is you're going to take the wheel spacer, you're going to put it on the hub, you're going to line the holes. Once the holes are aligned, you're going to take your wheel and then ensure that the actual hub, wheel hub, the spacer, and the holes of your wheel line up. If they don't really line up, it's going to be a little difficult to move it freely just by rotating the wheel. So what I used was a flat tip screwdriver, a long one, and just align the holes. Once the holes are aligned, then all you're going to do is you're going to take your wheel bolts and then you're just going to hand tighten them on there. Once they're hand tight, I took a half-inch ratchet and just tighten them down a little bit more prior to me lowering the vehicle. Once the vehicle was lowered, then I took my torque wrench and torqued them down to spec.